Greetings. This is Dave Melvin Linab of BSED-ENGLISH 1B. Today, I'm going to talk about the globalization and multicultural literacy. I will be using text-to-speech narrators, voice program. This is to avoid environmental noises and distractions that would ruin my presentation. In addition, this also aims to deliver clearer presentation, thus better learning. Let's get started. First, let us break the terminology down. Figuring globalization and literacy.
Peterson Institute for International Economics claims that globalization is the word used to describe the growing interdependence of the world's economies, cultures, and populations brought about by cross-border trade in goods and services, technology, and flows of investment, people, and information. As cited by Jeffrey, 2017, literacy involves students having the ability to interpret and understand content from various contexts. It is defined by Merriam-Webster as the quality or state of being literate. The word literate is defined by Webster as being able to read and write and having knowledge or competence. These definitions give a general view of how literacy can be interpreted, but there is a vast amount of ways that literacy can be achieved.
In consideration of all that had mentioned, globalization literacy emphasizes the state level of an individual's awareness and knowledge about the globalization itself. Furthermore, the globalization literacy also implies how a person could provide reasonable justification of the effects of globalization on various areas or fields of interests, as well as how globalization shaped the society from the past to the contemporary period.
Hence, just like other known literacy, a globalization literate person is expected to effectively and competently communicate or clarify the essence of globalization processes or undertakings, like giving example of how, when and why it was done.
It is also important to note the difference between globalization literacy and global literacy, since it could also spark a confusion. The global literacy, on the other hand, is an understanding of how the world is organized and interconnected. It brings awareness of the possibilities and constraints facing the world's people. Students who are globally literate are able to think critically about the world and the role that they play in it. Although it does not necessarily exclude the notion of globalization literacy, and in fact, could be closely related to each other, the global literacy, however, provides extensive range of arguments and issues. Whereas globalization literacy focuses solely on globalization and the attached matters to it, thus, they could definitely merge into two separate bodies.
Now, let's move on to rediscovering multicultural literacy. In citation by WordPress, multicultural literacy consists of the skills and ability to identify the creators of knowledge and their interests, to uncover the assumptions of knowledge, to view knowledge from diverse ethnic and cultural perspective, and to use knowledge to guide action that will create a humane and just world. Moreover, Martinez, 2020, specified that multicultural literacy underlines avoiding careless generalizations about an individual who belongs in another cultural background. In other words, multicultural literacy means that people should be aware how they perceive someone's culture and the oversimplifications that they made. Once we have these ideas, we should be cautious to not let these sweeping statements judge others and offend them.
At the bottom line, being multicultural literate touches an ethical theme principle where people learn how to appreciate as well as respect one another's cultures and traditions, as those are the shaping mechanisms of who they are as an individual. Aside from helping ourselves through knowing numerous nationalities, their unique styles of life, beliefs, and so on, multicultural literacy cherishes world's diversity and authenticity across multiple societies. This has been your presenter, Dave Melvin Linab. I hope you liked my video, and I hope that you have learned something. Thank you for watching.